Today we are streaming White Black Auras. Now this is a deck that I've never actually played, but one of my buddies told me that this deck was up my alley. So at his advice, I'm going to give it a spin and see what happens. So the main deck is that this is the stock list that I found online. Oh, excuse me. So we're basically just going to see what happens. The only thing that I'm not really sure about, if I'm being honest, in the deck is Hushbringer. I'm not really sure what that card's for. But I'm hoping that we'll find out quick when we start playing. So, but yeah, the list is pretty stock. We're going to go ahead and jump in and see what happens. I have a Pioneer tournament coming up, a local tournament at the end of the month. It's on January 30th. So we're basically just trying to Okay. Yeah, we're basically just trying to get some games in and just try to see what's feeling good. So we're going to go ahead and jump into our league here. All right, match one. Hopefully we get to be on the play. Notably, in our last couple leagues, we've only got to be on the play a couple times, and that's made things kind of rough. So we're kind of hoping we can turn that around here. All right, well, we're on the draw. I had to speak too soon. We're going to reveal Luris. Our opponent has no companion. This hand seems very good. Couple creatures, protection, and a couple auras. So yeah, this hand seems pretty solid. Our opponent takes a mulligan to 6, which notably is a pretty good start for us. Our opponent's on 5. Okay. So our opponent being on 5 is pretty good for us. Fabled Passage. Could be lots of things. Island could still also be lots of things. Sultai or Uro of some variety. So we'll go ahead. We'll lead on the Hateful Eidolon. I think that's our best lead. Forest, okay. So Lotus Cobra, okay. Probably looking more like Teamer. So let's see here. We're going to go ahead and get a Carducia Solidarity down. Make another body. We're going to get in for 2. Not having a removal spell here. Stream something people want to watch. Hey, bro, this is my stream. If you don't want to watch, get out of here. I appreciate you coming by, but it's time for magic right now, Chief. So I think we're going to go ahead and get Selfless Savior down because it's protection at any time we need it. Hey, what's up, Kyle? Thanks for stopping by, man. Okay, so it is Teamer, which means he's probably putting Reclamation down here. Okay, he's just playing an Uro. It's not that bad. I mean, Uro will be a problem in the long run, but... He's got 3 more mana here. Him not putting a Fabled Passage into play is good. Growth Spiral, okay. Okay, so he has no more lands. So we're just going to go ahead and get the Sentinel's Eyes down. Pot of Greed would help a lot right here, Chief. You're not wrong about that. We're just going to get in with everything here. We have multiple forms of protection in our hand, so I was like, if he's willing to block here, I'm okay with that. Play Al Said. We're going to go ahead and shock just to have multiple forms here, so. Too bad. Yeah, dude, that card would be super banned in Magic. I mean, like, 0 mana, draw 2. Seems pretty good. Granted? Okay. Interesting. I didn't know they played this card. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it, bud. Ugin does seem pretty good. Player 1/4. Okay. Alright. So I'll land is 6/7. So Fabled Passage is 8. So it's not looking great. So we're gonna go ahead and ship in with everybody, mostly because we're gonna have Luris sometime soon. And I think I'm good to go ahead and make this play. And we're gonna go ahead and put Luris into our hand. Having Luris is really good. So we're kind of at the mercy of not a Fabled Passage here. Okay, wow, immediately make me cry. Interesting. Means he had to draw that in the last couple turns too. So hopefully we got that off in time. So we can actually sack this here to be able to buy this back. And again, it's still not looking great just because Ugin is impossible to beat, but go ahead and try and jump out front. He's probably looking at just -3 Omnath. Alright. We got a mulligan to 5 off the 4 color stuff. There's just not much you can do about that kind of stuff. Thoughtseize all seems good. I think that's really all we want. Let's see. I don't know if they play spot removal spells. Probably play some after the side. Out of the side, maybe? I don't know. They probably rely on sweepers quite a bit. Not honestly very sure how to sideboard with this deck. Probably do something like that and try to make it work. Obviously, our opponent's taking their time. Everybody say hi to Taryn in the back. Alright, we get to be on the play this time. Reveal Luris. So this hand seems pretty good. Yep, this hand seems pretty good indeed. So we're going to keep this. Hope our opponent takes a mulligan here. I think we're okay with leaving it there. And we'll probably just go ahead and play the Stone Coil Serpent. Used to have a basic speed white deck. There was a 2/1 white cast guy I used to get at the beginning of it. We named him Carl. That sounds awesome, man. So, not the best of draws, peeling into the land. We're going to get in for 2. Selfless Savior's pretty good here to have on the backup just because you can sack him to get rid of anything. Named him Carl. I love that. That's awesome, man. Okay. Interesting. So, double grip spoon here is just, we're just gonna slap him on there and go for it. Get in for 5. And notably, if he has like Kozilek's Return, Anger of the Gods, something like that, we have protection with a Selfless Savior. And next turn, we always have Lurrus we can put into our hand depending on what happens here. Not really sure what 3 mana play he's making other than Uro. That's normally their biggest one. Lotus Cobra's fine. You could have just slammed that on 2. We don't really have much interaction for it, so I don't really know why he didn't just play it on 2. Ethereal Armor is very good. It's a very good draw step. Okay. I think I'm okay to make that trade. Oh, I mean, I could get severely punished for it here, but we do have Lurrus on the backup play, so not really sure how we're going to get punished for that. Okay, awesome. We're not really playing around Extinction Event or anything of that sort, so there might be some argument to bring in Fatal Push here. It doesn't seem great. I don't know. I think we want Hateful Eidolon, and we're probably okay with cutting, like, probably cutting a Stone Coil Serpent? No, we're probably, I don't know. That's rough. Probably okay with cutting an Al Said if we need to. I don't know. Fatal Push just doesn't seem worth, and I haven't seen any enchantments they're playing yet. Protection from black is worthless. Might be worth it just to exile Uro from his graveyard. I don't know. Seems kind of sketch. We'll run it like this and see what happens. Being on the draw is kind of rough in a matchup like this. I mean, I feel like I've said that every time we've played Magic in the last, like, little bit. So, our opponent kept 7 and we don't have a 1-drop, but Saram is really good. Thoughtseize into Saram seems pretty solid. So I'm inclined to keep this and see what happens. My God, what is that pickle? Holy Jesus! I thought it was like a slice. I'm not even gonna make a comment. I just hope Joseph's not watching right now. It's just gonna get out of hand. What? What'd you say? I know it's ridiculous. Thanks for getting food. I appreciate it. All right, let's see what you're working with, opponent. Teferi seems like our biggest problem here. Lotus Cobra also seems like a moderate problem. I don't know, this is tough because we can beat Omnath just going over him. Teferi's tough. Of course, we took out all our ways to interact with Teferi, so maybe we're just having to say okay. Yeah, let's take Lotus Cobra and see what happens. Might be wrong. I'm not sure. But I think keeping them off mana, speeding up their mana is pretty good for us. Okay, get another source of mana. So we're going to go ahead and run it out. let them to fairy bounce it. To fairy bounce that, okay. Play this. We're gonna cast Griff Spoon. Move that over. Always yield. Selfless Savior's pretty good. Oh, thanks, baby. And we have a 3-2 that can get to fairy off the field, so plussing. I was like, there's no way we got lucky enough for our opponent to not hit a land there. Omnath, okay. Omnath is fine. So, I think we start here. Draw Saram. Okay, that's not great, but it's doable. We're just going to go ahead and kill the fairy, because there's no reason to let him stay around. That's notably one card. We can get rid of that. Go ahead and get that onto the field. Drawing another cartouche doesn't seem bad. That allows us to make another body this turn. Hateful Eidolon doesn't seem bad. But it may not die, so I think I'm interested in just getting this on the field. Just to see what happens. Okay. Sure, go to 20. I mean, as long as I keep making land drops, they're not going to lose. Gaining 4 life a turn's pretty solid. Uro? Granted, okay. Fae of Wishes shows us Chained to the Rocks. Okay, that's pretty good. Can't really argue with that. 4 cards in hand, none of which are known. Our opponent wishes to chip in for 4. I go for it. I'm happy to take 4 here to go to 13. This is a race we can win at any time, so. I think we go ahead and start here. I want to see what they're working with. Knowing what we're up against is, wow, 3 lands and another Fae of Wishes. Okay, that's a lot less intimidating than I thought. So, interesting. See, now we're just going to go ahead and definitely play this out. About time you play a real deck. Yeah, I decided to just stop fighting it. I actually started the stream by mentioning that I'm playing this at your, I don't know, whatever the word I'm looking for there, because you said I should play it. Deck seems really good so far. I'm questioning what to do here because we're going to get an extra card out of it. I think I'm just going to jump in on the Selfless Savior and just try to get as many points in as I can. Drawing Al Said's great here. I'm willing to lose a 1-1 here. Because we're looking at Sentinel's Eyes and Griff. I don't think we draw a card off Griff Spoon. Return it. Yeah, and it says cast. Yeah, okay. So we at least get another card off Sentinel's Eyes. So we're looking at least drawing into it. I guess I'm confused on what our opponent's mulling about, like what they're thinking about here. I mean, they're probably thinking about blocking, but I don't know why. Yeah, like block, take 3. Our opponent plays a land, goes to 21 here. They probably start by cycling a land, honestly. Yeah, it was like a Lotus Cobra. Okay, that's interesting. So you still have the 3 lands. Probably play Ketria Triome if I had to guess. No, cycle that. Interesting. Okay, so you get to go to 21 and make a mana. Not really sure what you're doing with it, but okay. Sentinel's Eye seems fine. We're gonna start with the 1 from the graveyard. Put it on the Selfless Savior. We'll exile 2 Thoughtseizes. Stone Coil Serpent is a house here. I almost want to just play 4/4 Stone Coil Serpent. Yeah, I think this is a good play here, and we're just gonna run this guy out. Also, for what it's worth, I don't see a point in putting Lurrus on the field, putting Lurrus in our hand. It draws us a lot of cards, but we still have a good flow of cards in our hand. It's like, are we cycling? No. Playing another Omnath, okay. I mean, it's a cantrip, so at least replaces itself, I guess. Play that Triome, go to 22, make a mana. You have 3 mana now, 2 unknown cards in hand. Uro? Yeah, okay. Uro's tough to beat. Stone Coil Serpent does just have pro multicolored, so I mean, you can't attack here. And we get to just straight up give this Vigilance. Yeah, that's a really good turnabout. 5, 6, 7, 8. Is what we can get in for. The fact that we still haven't seen an Ethereal Armor or an All That Glitters is kind of rough, honestly. Um, Now let's get in for 8. Um, let's go ahead and play this. Let's put Lurrus into our hand. Let's play the Eidolon. I don't know. Could be wrong, but could be overextending here. Just so we can see everything that's going on. Could be right just to hold it in case he does have some kind of removal spell or bounce spell. Yeah, Teferi's fine. So I don't think it's worth this because if I sack it, I actually get to draw 2 cards. And I think it also prevents him from drawing a card, maybe? I'm not exactly sure how Teferi works. Does he still get to draw a card? He does not. Okay. And we're going to put Uro into play. Okay, put Uro into play. Wow. PV went 10 and 1. Wow, that's insane. So now we got 6 cards. And good cards in our graveyard to play. This is shaping out to be pretty good. All right. So I think we're just going to start here and just see what they're up to. See what those last couple cards are. This is a cantrip, so we're definitely going to take that. And I know the growth spiral is a cantrip, but play Luris. Hmm. We're going to lose one. Drawing Cartouche is pretty good. Willing to shock this in. So now we can block the Uro. So I think we go this at the fair. We want to get it off the field. This at you. Yeah. And we're at 9. So, I mean, it's not like we can take an insane amount of damage, but we do have a lot of things on the field. Have a growth spiral and an unknown in their hand. I mean, he has to be able to put 2 more cards in his graveyard to be able to play it. So I'm interested. I mean, maybe he just felt like he needed the life, or he needed another card, and Uro comes back. So could be any number of reasons that we went for that play. Okay, Teferi. Not really. Bounce granted. Okay. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7 from the land. Play that. He makes 4 mana. Uses that 4 mana to grant it for something. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing I can do here. You've either got it or you don't. Of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Supreme verdict. Is there anything to do about this here? Nope. Which is fine. It's like we get to draw a bunch of cards. And they're left with a Fae of Wishes. Okay. So they have one card in their hand. Let's just make sure it's not like the nuts or something. Wow, I am so glad that we did that. That could have been terrible. Okay, so we're gonna play the pathway. That leaves us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. And I need 1, 2, 3. Uh, and then I need 1, 2, 5, 5. Probably should have held something there to leave up the protection in case we needed it, but trying to end the game as fast as possible here. Hopefully they bricked. I mean, I guess if nothing else, they get a redraw with Uro, so there's always that. Green, green, blue, blue looks like Uro. Yep. Can't remember if this is game 2 or game 3. I think this is just game 2, sadly, but cycle. Okay. Plus Teferi. Cartouche, Selfless Savior. Um, Thoughtseize, Lurrus. Make it like a whole bunch. We're going to give it protection from blue. And we're going to swing for Xaxes. Should be Xaxes anyway, unless they have something. I mean, I guess they could have something, but God only knows what they do have. All right. Oh, that was game 3. All right, well, we got away with one there. All right, cool. Well, guys, I got a sandwich here in front of me, so I'm gonna mute my mic for this next game. But if you have any questions or anything, just throw it in the chat, and I'll be happy to answer questions if you need anything. So. Yeah, I'd like to. Me and Carly are watching some kind of live concert by Jimmy Eat World at some point, but short of that, I'm down for that. Yeah, I'd double check with her just to see when. But yeah, that should be good. Oh, so we're 2-0 so far. I'm not really sure. I've played against this person before. I'm not sure when. They have no companion. Our hand seems pretty good. Pretty big fan of this kind of hand, so opponent mulligans. That's always a good start. Hate to be like that because I'd never say that to someone, face to face in paper, but it's the truth. It is better for us if they mulligan. All right, on to 5. Okay, so our opponent keeps on 5. I think we're just gonna lead on Hateful Eidolon. Could be wrong, but I think it's. I really like having that card on the field. Jeskai Triome. Okay, so another creature is not bad. So we're gonna chip in for 1. And we are going to play both of our 1-drops here. Could play Stone Coil Serpent, but having multiple creatures like this, I like to save Stone Coil Serpent for when it's going to matter. Okay, another tapped land is good for us. Hopefully they're not in a Blast Zone hand or something like that. So that's also a really good draw for us, because we're going to slam this. Play this Grip Spoon on the Hateful Eidolon. Always yield to this. Draw another Stone Coil Serpent's pretty good, so now we're going to chip in for 4. We always have lures we can put in our hand. We can also just start putting 3/3 Stone Coil Serpents on the field, which is if this is the Omnath deck, it's good against pretty much all of their deck. It's good against Uro, it's good against Teferi, it's good against Omnath itself. It's good against a lot of things. If they're playing like 4-color Wreck, wow, they have done nothing. Their 5 must have been pretty rough. So I say we start here. Sentinel's Eyes is pretty good. Notably, Cartouche lets us make another guy. We're just going to go ahead and put this on the other guy so that we can spread out our power as much across the board as we want. Having a follow-up Saram's not bad. And we're just going to ship in here. And we can also leave up Al Said to protect something if we need to. And I know that we have an enchantment on each one of our Al Seeds, Al Said, however you say it. Have one on each of them, but it's also not bad to leave it up in case we need it. Because if they start to play Anger or something, we can sack it, draw a card. I believe it's just a card. It's looking like Omnath here. Yeah, okay, so Omnath's fine. Allows them to draw an extra card. Block, take 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, they're just dead on board. Yeah, right? 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Get in. Block something and die. So, yeah. This deck's pretty good when our opponent doesn't do anything for the first 3 turns of the game. Alright, cool. So, just like earlier, I don't like Hushbringer against Omnath would be good, but Hushbringer against Uro is terrible. So again, I think we're just looking at bringing in the 4 Fatal Pushes. It didn't seem like they had a lot of spot removal when we played them last time, so I think cutting the 3 Chymetra's Blessings is really good. And I think we can also ship on a Al Said. Run it that way. I like Stone Coil Serpent a lot in this matchup. I'm noticing that's good against a lot of things so far. That card might just have a home in almost any kind of aggro deck, honestly. So, wow. No, well, there is a creature. I take that back. Yeah, this hand's great, especially after our opponent mulligans. Yeah, this hand's a slam dunk. Opponent's on 6. Probably gonna play like a triome or whatever, and just say go. Yeah. Drawing Saram is good. We want to Thought Seize first. I want to stop them from getting Lois Cobra on the field. So I don't really care about their Growth Spiral, but I do care about Radiant Flames. Taking Radiant Flames, and then we're also just going to take the Genesis Ultimatum, because I'm okay with them having a Growth Spiral here, like... Unless they drew a Censor, which if they did, you know, okay. Yeah, play your Growth Spiral because you're worried. Saw that coming. Play an Evolving Wilds. Wow. So our hand's not super aggressive. So we're definitely going to take the Ugin here. And then we're going to shock, go to 12, and we're going to play Hateful Eidolon. And hopefully next time we draw a land, because if we do, we're going to play Saram into Sentinel's Eyes. Play your land. Okay, so they didn't draw anything to play. So land here is good. Saram, just like we talked about, into Sentinel's Eyes. Also, always yield. Very good draw. Drawing another land isn't bad. I can live with that. It allows us to keep our game plan, essentially. Chip in for 2. Put you to 16. We'll go back to 14. I'm also okay with shocking and thought seizing so much just because I know there's so much life to be gained in our deck. Okay. Another land, say go. I think we're going to lead on Thoughtseize here just to, if they have something, we're going to force their hand. Wow, they just have a land. Okay, that's really good for us. So we're going to go all that glitters to spread out the damage. Probably should have played Caves of Koilos. I think we're just going to attack in here. We're just going to get in for as much as we can, draw as many cards as we can. And, you know, this is for 9, so if they don't draw a sweeper, like if they don't draw Supreme Verdict of some kind here, like the game's just over. Drew a Growth Spiral. Put your island into play. No. Alright, let's go. Finally got an opponent. We're on the draw. That's okay. Chooses to play first. They've got a companion too, it appears. That or the game was taking a second. Yep, they've also got Luris. 5 lands here doesn't really seem like where we want to be. Plus, especially if that's the burn deck and I slam Saram on turn 2, that thing's just dead. So this is a mulligan. This hand seems a lot better. So I say we keep this. Put Stone Coil on the bottom. And see if we can get somewhere from here. We have 2 draw steps to draw a land, so that's really good. No 1-drop, that's interesting. So, okay, we drew a land, that's good. So we're gonna go Hateful Eidolon, and then we're gonna go Alsaid into Ethereal Armor. I think our hand's set up pretty well for the mirror, honestly. Play Alsaid. Play Ethereal Armor. Drawing a land is probably our best draw next turn. Him also having ethereal armor is kind of rough. So this seems kind of like a slogfest. I'm not really sure how you get out ahead of this. Drawing the land is what we needed, so we get to go Griffspoon into Sentinel's Eyes, which is great. Now, this is going to be a tough one. I don't know what's left in his hand, but next turn we can just start putting Luris into our hand, depending on where we end up here. Okay, so they got a third land. Okay. All that glitter is just kind of bad here. The only thing we can really hope to draw into is another ethereal armor. And I assume it's all that glitters. He's taking a minute here, but I don't know why he wouldn't have played the Saram first if he had one. Maybe it's just a misplay, misclick. Yep, this is what we were afraid of. So 16. Yeah, we just kind of have to take this and hope we pill into ethereal armor or all that glitters here. I mean, Al Said's not bad. It's allowing us to block and just gain 8 life. Wow. My man, you are just peeling them over there. I mean, just straight up peeling them. Wow. Pay 1 to give this pro black. And, you know, they don't actually get to gain any life here, so that's actually a pretty good hit for us. And we have a couple turns of being able to do this. That is a good draw step. Allows us to, if we hit something, start drawing some cards. So that could be very good for us. Like if we peel into an enchantment, that could be a very good out for us to start getting busy. That sucks because, well, I guess I don't really. I mean, if you're attacking again, this just leads into us gaining 8 again, so I'm okay with this. We're going to say okay, sack this, target this, pay 1, give it pro black again, and we're going to gain 7 life, go to 21. So now we're in range of being able to take a hit from them. That's pretty rough. Put Luris into our hand. Say go, holding the Chemtra's Blessing. which is just a free block for us. Holding Kymetra's Blessing is just a free block because we get to jump in front and give this +2/+2 an indestructible. Hop in front. He's probably going to play one of the... He's got a Kymetra's Blessing in his hand. That or he's sandbagging a land for all these turns, and I don't really understand. So we're going to throw this in front. And if he has one, that's fine. If he has one and he's willing to play it there to save his creature, then there's, like, you know, okay, yeah, see, and that's fine. We're still going to gain 9 and go to 30, and then take 20. So we're going to be at 10 when all this is said and done with. And we get another draw step here. Notably, even if we draw a land, we're not in bad shape. Now, it's a tough road ahead. So that's a heck of a start. If we can draw like something good here. Gives us a 13/13 to put in front of that with. Play Luris and kind of go from there. I mean, it's not looking great. We're still like down pretty bad here, but we have some good plays. We have some available opportunities to us to take an opening here. Oh, he gives that protection from black and just gets in. Yep. Well, hate to see it. You hate to see it. Okay, so Light of Hope seems good. Fatal Push seems good. What happened to my Light of Hope? I hate when it does that. I don't think protection from black. I mean, probably worth it to some extent. This doesn't. These don't seem great. Selfless Savior seems medium. I think I'm willing to try it like this, actually. Just bring in the Fatal Pushes and a Lot of Hope and try to see if we can make it work. I've never played the Mirror before, but to be fair, I've also never played this deck before, so could have something to do with it. Super Bowl champs up big at halftime. Chiefs 19, Browns 3. Alright, we get to be on the play. Let's see. We get the Mirror. Wonder what our hand's looking like here. I mean, this hand's really good. We're going to keep and see what happens. Concealed Courtyard, Hateful Eidolon into... And they also keep 7. Not having a Fatal Push is kind of bad here, but there are 3 in the deck, so there's a good chance of us drawing one. Okay, Stone Coil Serpent maybe? Yeah, it's taking a second. Yeah, okay, so Stone Coil Serpent's fine. Okay. So... Get in for 1. 1921. Play our Saram. Yes. Okay. Okay, so having the cartouches here is really good because it puts 1/1s on the field that can pretty much block Apostle and Stone Coil whenever needed. Okay, so Rom seems pretty good. Ethereal Armor, sure, so something gets +2/+2. Draw an extra card. Okay, that's not great. Still fine, though. We're getting to get in for 6. Wish we were gaining a little bit of life, but that's okay. Which is, I imagine our opponent's going to try and go off this turn. And I would have played these first, but we didn't have any. Play this. Use that to play that. Represent something good. Okay. Griff Spoon is pretty good. Also, him just having ethereal armor is really good. It's a lot better than anything we've come up with so far, so it's not looking good for the good guys, as it were. So I was like, and he still can't attack here, but if he's holding Chymetra's Blessing, he could do some pretty good stuff. So Stone Coil Serpent's not bad. So let's just straight up see what happens here. He's got 2 mana open. I'm very intrigued to see what we're playing through. We don't have trample, so I mean he's obviously got something, or he could just put his Stone Coil Serpent in front. Yeah, okay, so he's looking to make that trade. Okay. Which I'm okay with. So put Luris in our hand. Play a 2/2 and say go. I think we're getting close to where we can just jam and just say beat us. Because, yeah, I mean, unless he has another creature here, that's actually what we can just do. Because he has no lifelink. Throw that on there. Seems like a good draw step. We don't have to blink. Like, we don't actually have to do anything. Because we have lethal on the board. No, we don't actually. That was dumb. I lied. We don't have lethal on the board, but we still have good plays. Okay. I mean, writing's on the wall pretty bad there, so. Entering the battlefield or dying? I think a flying lifelinker might just be worth it. Protection from black. Bringing in lots of creatures, so. I mean, we don't have that many 1-drops, but maybe it's just better this way. I'm not sure. It's tough to decide how to sideboard in the mirror. We're gonna show lures here. Our hand would be better if it had like a fatal push, but this hand's really good, so we're gonna keep it. Well, at least make them think about it. Plus, just having a lifelinker is really good. A flying lifelinker is good because you don't have to do anything to it. Play Hushbringer. Hushbringer's really good here. Plus, having Ethereal Armor backup's also very good. Okay, that's not very good, but it's okay. Okay, so yeah, we're taking all of that because there's nothing we can do about it. That is a really good draw step. He gets no cards out of it. This hand is shaped up very well. We get to punch in for 4 and have a 4/5 blocker if we need it. So this hand looks really good for us. Plus we have follow up with more things here, so this seems pretty solid. Seems like a good way to get a W right here. Okay, take 6. Take 1, go to 5 so that we can get in for 9, basically. And we can't really give it protection from white or anything, which is kind of rough, but to the point to where we're starting to just chip in for a bunch. Another all that glitters. I mean, there's nothing to do about multiple ethereal armor effects. Just take those on the chin. Yeah, that's rough. This is rough. I'm not sure. This is also kind of one of those slog fests. I mean, we're kind of looking at hopefully draw a fatal push right here. Like fatal push is good. Um, I mean, we're chipping in for 9. Like, it's the play here. I think we're just going to put Lurrus in our hand. Play our courtyard and say go. No, we don't really have anything to do with the Lurrus, but I think having it's better than not having it, so. And this is safe to block with. We're hopping in front because they have the Chymetra's Blessing. Like, until we get to a spot where we can play around it, there's nothing else we're doing. Plus, we can just replay it off of the Lurrus. Okay, that's pretty good. Play Lurrus. Replay Al Said. Get in for 9 more. And then we can actually hop in front and sack, which is really good. And I can hop in front with the Lurrus too. Yeah, I think this is turning around for us. I think we might be turning this one around here. Okay, that's fine. Still got flying, so there's nothing I can do about that. And they have no cards in hand, so if they brick one time here, it's pretty good for us. We're still putting them in a spot where they can't actually really do anything. So, because we get to just block, and sack, and that way they don't get to gain any life. So it's a pretty good trade-off for us. I don't think they see that yet, but that's okay. Because we're just going to take that. I mean, it's free, basically. We're going to hop in front, say okay. Sack that, protect that. Drew a Fatal Push? That's pretty bad. It's pretty bad for us right there. Give it pro white. We gain 3 life. Go to 16, take nothing, so we just go to 16 here. Um, Foul Light of Hope, and play Al Said, and then we have the same line that we had last turn. I mean, unless I just ripped another Fatal Push, which I guess is possible. We're going to block. I mean, we're just going to keep running this out like this. Give it pro white. We keep taking nothing and gaining 3. And I get they feel like they need... I mean, if they don't attack, we're just stuck doing that. Put Lurrus in your hand. Okay. but God the Shrine tapped. So that's a pretty good draw step there. Hopefully we get to draw something pretty good here. Like another Ethereal Armor would be the best play. So another land's not exactly what we had in mind. I think we're just going to go ahead and play it. I don't see a reason not to. I shocked there. Interesting. Think I would have just played that first. Eight, 16, 4 and 3 is exactly 23. So we're just going to have to hope to get a little lucky here with a draw step. There's not really much else we have. He had a Stone Coil Serpent. Okay. So that's not bad. So, I mean, okay. I mean, we still get to gain a bunch and have a blocker. It's got pro multicolored. Yeah, that was kind of dumb. We walked face first into that one. I wasn't really thinking about that. Hateful Eidolon's fine. It doesn't do anything. We're taking 3 enchantments off the field, which turns that into a 7/7. Fatal Push was a really good draw here. It kind of changes the, kind of turns the tables a little bit here, because they can play something. No, they can't. They played the Hateful Eidolon before combat. Ugh. So I think we'll leave it in our hand. I mean, there's no point in playing the land. Like, we don't need it for anything. And they can play one of those cards, because, like, that's fine. I mean, if they're wanting to jump in front, that's okay. Playing outside, and plus having Al Saeed here allows us to continue to block. Block for free, basically. Plus, if we ever draw an enchantment, and Aura, we can always just play Saram from the graveyard and just start going off that way. Or try to go off, I mean. Turn the light on, it's kind of dark in here. Hang on a second, guys. I'll be right back. I used to be completely and utterly okay with playing video games in the dark. Now my girlfriend's changed me. Now I gotta have the lights on when I play. Hey, whoa, we snuck out of there with a win. Get out a win, get a trophy. Be kind of nice. We are on the play. That's nice. Maybe if I can click yes. Show Luris. Our opponent shows nothing. Hateful Eidolon, Stone Coil. Yeah, this hand seems good. We're going to lead on Hateful Eidolon here. Our opponent has no companion, so we're kind of in the dark here. I wonder why Yorian's not played more in Pioneer. Llanowar Elf? Is this, or Elfic, whatever, the one drop thing. We're going to play Selfless Savior just in case they try to run out. The Voracious Hydra. We don't really want to lose to one of those. Oh, this is Stompy. Okay. I see you, opponent. I'm going to play this. Get in for 5. I think this matchup's pretty good for us. The only problem I see is that we can't really beat Galta. We'll go ahead and play a 2-2 here. Use all of our mana. I don't really think we'll play the Kymetra's Blessing. There's not really many removal spells or things that they play. 5, 6, 7. The Great Hinge. Okay, that's a good card for them. Do they have something to play off of it? More than likely. Burning Tree Emissary? Alright. This is an interesting deck our opponent has worked up here. Heart's Desire, okay. Don't get to draw cards, so that's good for us. Only one card. They got 3 cards in their hand. Kind of mono green, Stompy, Burning Tree Emissary, and Stone Coil Serpent. Or not Stone Coil Serpent, but we're gonna attack anyway. Because if they throw everything in front, we just have Selfless Savior on the field. So we can take out the Steel Leaf Champion. I mean, that's okay. They probably don't want to take damage, so I think we're going to play the back half here just to have another black land. Put Luris into our hand. We don't really have anything to do with Luris right now, but it can't hurt anything. Kymetra's Blessing is also very good. Allows us to play pretty aggressively into their stuff, so I think okay. Basically like an Experimental Frenzy kind of card. So I don't get to draw a card off that one, so that's good. Can I get to draw a card off this more than likely? Whatever, another Burning Tree Emissary. Ah, that's pretty good. It enters with a counter that way. I should have sacked that. But it's not bad. We can still play our Luris and get value off of that. It's pretty good. They get to make a 3-3. They still can't really attack here. There's not much they can do. Um, I mean, he gets to like what? Glimpse of nature when he minuses? Okay, go to 38. Play our Selfless Savior and we'll get some Luris value and we'll say go. Luris basically giving us an infinite stream of blockers. Now them gaining a bunch of life is fine. I'm worried on how they're going to try and close the game out. I would be lying if I said it was something I wasn't worried about. Good draws, probably like All That Glitters is probably our best draw. All That Glitters, Ethereal Armor. Saram seems fine. Doesn't seem great, but it gives us an engine to start drawing more cards. Okay, I mean, they're just going to flood the board with creatures here. Now we're at 38, and we have a 5/6 lifelinker, and some creatures we can buy back every turn, so it's pretty good for us. Make a 3/3. Give it reach. Seems like the play. Our creatures having vigilance is pretty much just infinitely gonna go our way. Hateful Eidolon's also a really good draw step here. And I think I'm good to just crack in for 6. Now he's probably just going to block with a token again, but if he does put a bunch of stuff in there, we have Savior or Chimetra's Blessing if we want to like pump up to 8 and get multiple things here. Kind of depends on how he moves. I'm okay with seeing what our opponent does here. Okay. I'm okay with that because we gain 6 off of this. You're not able to attack with your Lovestruck Beast now. Not that it really mattered because we had the 6/7 anyway, but I mean, having Chimetra's Blessing in the background is always good. That could be kind of a problem because it allows him to just pretty much like eat all of our stuff. Oh, it's Mono Green Devotion. So it's not Planeswalkers, but it's just Mono Green Devotion aggro, I guess. The Scoozes are pretty annoying here because we can't really just like willingly play into Luris stuff anymore. So okay, it's also really good. Man, imagine how many cards this guy could have drawn this turn if he would have just minused. Because he's probably looking to make another creature, if I had to guess. Another token. Now you're gonna minus? Really? Okay. It's interesting. Can't be countered. Protection from blue. Alright. Interesting. Okay. Make a token. 7 mana at your dispense. I'm sorry, 8 mana at your dispense with 7 cards in hand. Okay. Okay. I mean, our opponent's popping off here, and we don't really have a way to get over the top, over the mountaintop here. So, still notably no way for his Lovestruck Beast to attack because he doesn't have a 1/1. Okay, there it is. And he was probably banking on something like that. Makes sense. You have a Llanowar Elf, dude. Go ahead. Put that Lovestruck Beast out there. Hi, Tyrion. Interesting that you chose to do that instead of just putting 6 more power into play, but... All that glitters. Godless Shrine, Chief called, that ain't it. And we'll run it out. We'll keep waiting. Okay. So, if he does just decide to just send it, and just send everything in, we won't die just because we're at 50. Questing Beast is good. It's shaping up to look worse and worse, boys. Yeah, at this point, he could probably just get close to like fireballing me or something. Okay, yep. Yep, draw some more cards. Okay. Gonna give everything +2/+2 and trample, I take it. I mean, I'm pretty sure you could do that like a bajillion times, so. Yep, you got one more, big guy. Okay. Lol, play a land. Get that trample. I mean, get that landfall trigger, bro. You just mass for blockers. Respect. Math is for blockers. Oh, yeah, go to blockers. 8. I mean, blocking with a second one seems kind of worthless. I haven't counted, but it looks like a lot. I'm gonna sack to give Luris indestructible. Yeah, I mean, this has got to be lethal. I haven't counted, but I don't really feel like playing it out. So, let's see. Things that look good. Thoughtseize seems good. Fatal Push also seems good. You don't seem great. You seem fine. You seem kind of bad. Yep, let's do that. Run it back. See if we can get a couple wins and get that trophy. Oh. All right. Get to be on the play for game 2. Which just hands it another land, but I think it's fine. And we're gonna lead on Al Said. Because he kept 7. If he had mulliganed, I would have snapped off the Thoughtseize to maybe snag like a Land of War Elf and keep him with a bad hand, but it's not looking likely. Land, please. Alright, not drawing a land is not good. So, we're going to play a Thoughtseize and see what we're working with here. Take that. See if we can beat a bunch of Scavenging Oozes. Play a Scooze. Activate Scooze. Sounds good. Chip in for 3. We're probably looking at... I mean, if we draw a land, we're probably looking at... Okay, so play a forest. You got 2 cards in hand, and we know what they are. You're going to get in for 4, which seems fine. Not a land. That's not great. If we play Sentinel's Eyes, we got a 5/5 that can block now. So, yeah, we're looking at just staying on this path here. Opponent's going to play the Nykthos, I would imagine, because, I mean... Okay, so we know what they drew. We know what they drew now. They're going to activate Haship Oasis. Okay, I mean, I'm willing to take 6 here. Like, we're going to 16. It seems like a very aggressive line when I have a lifelinker on the field. Finally drawing a land is good. We're just going to attack for 5 and play Saram. I'm trying to get Saram going as our best bet here. I mean, I say best bet. I feel like we're ahead. Play the Saram. Do feel like taking the Voracious Hydra there was a good call. Okay, Llanowar Elf, and your last card's another Scooze. I know that, so... Always yield. All that glitters is really good. I mean, he has a good stream of blockers, so I mean, it's not like he just has nothing to do. Just in case. I mean, I guess you never know, but it's not likely. I mean, unless they just like draw really well, that they find a way out of this. So us gaining 13 a turn. All it takes is one Griff Spoon off the top, and the game's over. So, yep, go to 9. Sure, need something else. Don't know why they're insistent on holding that Scoos. We're gonna go this route and start putting 2 attackers in. So we're just gonna keep attacking. Um, at the current rate, they have run out of blockers, so and they're forced to put something in front every turn. So I mean, sure, he gets to put 2 more counters on a Scoos and try to do it that way, but man, it seems like the hard way. It's like I'm about to get blown out. And it's possible that they have like he has like a wilt or something in his hand. Something that we should be playing around. But I'm gonna be honest, like this has been a 2-hour league. I'm tired of playing. I'm ready to either win or lose at this point. Okay, Great Hinge is good. He goes to 13. He plays his Scoos. He gets to draw an extra card. Actually, he gets to draw multiple cards here. Yeah, play the Scoos. Draw another card. Oh, excuse me. Alright. Man, that's rough. So we're gonna get in again. Force him to do something. Play another one. Put Luris into our hand. And say go. Having double Selfless Savior and Al Saeed back up, so. Okay, Sarkon's not bad. Sarkon's pretty good card. Man. You like those Nykthos, don't you? Okay, Still Leaf Champion. Starting to put a board together. Whoa, man, that's pretty bad. I mean, it's good for them, bad for us kind of thing. Wow. Just bangers. I mean, to be fair, the first half of his game has been pretty bad, so he's bound to hit gas at some point. Eat your other scavenging ooze, make a 7/7. And if you want to give something haste, buddy, you're welcome to, but the draws have not gone our way this game. I mean, we're 20 cards in and haven't seen a Griff Spoon, so. Okay, go to 91. I mean, I don't reasonably see how I can lose the game from this spot. Like, the best creature he can play is like a massive Voracious Hydra. I mean, if we could even draw just a single aura, we could maybe chain a couple together. Drawing a single Griff Spoon would be insane here. I mean, Lurrus is better long game, so might as well. LOL 91. Yeah, dude, this game's ridiculous. Like it's absurd. Please attack with that thing. I was like, please be a dummy and attack with that thing. Holy shit. If we could, like, literally draw anything that's not a land in our last 6 draw steps, this game is over. This is insane. Yeah, I mean, keep keeping creatures off the field. Like, keep getting creatures off the field. Like, I don't know what else to do. Like, honestly, like, say go. I mean, we're at 113, and like somehow there's a possibility we lose this game. Like, I don't know. This is crazy. Been playing the same league for over 2 hours now. This is ridiculous. Oh, yep. Sorry, buddy. Draw a card. Okay. Well, wow. Okay. Because I'm okay with letting him put a counter on that thing once a turn at the fact that, like, putting one counter on that thing every turn at the fact that if when I draw any enchantment, I'm able to go off, like... I mean, the odds of him breaking like this in the middle of the round, like this many turns, aren't very likely, but if he breaks one or two more times, like, the game's actually just over because I can just shove. Yep, gain a couple life, gain a couple more life. Going to 31, make 5. Wonder what, I'm curious to see what he's playing. Primal Might, Voracious Hydra. I don't know what he's up to. Voracious Hydra for 7. So it's an 8/9 automatically. Draw card. Okay. Fight the Lurus. Again, I think there's more value. Sure, man. You got it. So, yeah, that's really good. Hopefully this puts him on the concede plan. No? Really? Okay. Protection from green. Yeah, do that. Play this. Continue to hold my Thoughtseize. Like, maybe Thoughtseize isn't where I want to be in this matchup. I don't know. Like, it was, like, the Thoughtseize earlier was really good. Like, was very good. Okay, so that's an infinite stream of blockers, which is very annoying. What? How did you get 2 cards? Does that say Aura Planeswalker? I don't really understand how you got 2 cards there when you had none in your hand, but okay. Have a lot of questions. Something that or less. Gonna put a Scoos onto the field. I think there's, yeah, there's like there's 1 left in your deck. The only good thing that's coming from this is that now I can use my Thoughtseize. I mean, I'm at a loss here. Yep. Fight my Al Said. Fight with the Al Said. Um, I mean, I don't even like sure. Go ahead and eat it. I like doesn't matter. Like we're still sitting here playing this game where one Griff Spoon off the top wins the game. Yeah, man, like 175. Like this is stupid. Well, we finally get to use this one. Let's go back to 174. I mean, we have no protection, but 10. So if he puts, I get to kill two things if he wants to kill this, and then I get to replay one of my cards. Yeah, I'm okay with that trade. And he's just willing to take 10. I was like, bro, at this point, I just want to draw cards off my Saram. Like, this is kind of getting out of hand. And by kind of, I mean, this is ridiculous. Like, okay. Yeah, drawing under half and almost half my deck. Yeah. Wow. Wow. I didn't even realize that card was in M15. Didn't even realize that card was in M15. Oh. Yep, why did I not get to draw a bunch of cards? I didn't even get to draw cards? Okay, that's weird. So, I mean, our opponents at 10, we're still into drawing out to, like, I mean, still have the out of drawing out to some things, like, back to nature. Alright. Didn't even know that was, like, legal in this format. Eat all the stuff, dude. Just eat it all. Guess I could have sacked it in response to try and draw some cards. I mean, I thought I was going to draw cards anyway, so it's kind of frustrating, but then you're going to play that forest in your hand, right? Yep. Back to nature. Wow. It's interesting. You going to get busy? Finally going to get busy. Yeah, man. Take 9, 15, 20. All right. Let's do it. Can I draw an enchantment or bro, I was due for more than one, but okay. 34 cards and I mean We had we literally had to draw a, let's see, in 24 cards. If we draw a Grip Spoon, we win the game. So I mean, I take those on the chin, dude. Take those on the chin. Sucks and it pisses me off, but you take those on the chin because there's nothing else to do about it. Target creature gets +3/+3. Sure. I mean, our opponent's still got to kill us in this amount of time, so I mean, there is that to look forward to. Soak up 9. Take 8, go to 165. I mean, they still got to kill us in 4.5 minutes, so. Let's go. Wow. Oh. So now I can block moderately well. I mean, unless he's running multiple back to natures, which he could be. I mean, not going to take that off the table. Back to nature. I haven't played that since I played it in Affinity. I have not seen that card since Affinity days. Yep. +3/+3, and I'm okay with taking 12 here, man. Like if this is what you're looking to do every turn, like you're actually just gonna clock out before you can kill me, so. And as terrible as it is, I am okay with taking the win that way. Aura, please. Cartouche of Solidarity is a good one. Oh man, so 10 puts us to where he can still jump in front with everything, but at least we're blocking whatever he's doing now, so there's that. I mean, he's got to know that's like a Saram or something else, because, I mean, another Fatal Push is also good. There's 2 of those left in the deck. Notably bad draws are any of our 3 Thought Seizes. So, he's making another 3/3 in passing here, I can assume. Trample? Okay, I'm intrigued to see you give something trample, but yeah, I mean, absolutely nothing we can do here other than just keep sixing. Save as much clock as we can and force him to actually beat us with a 10-9 first striker on the field, so. 3. Man, alright. Guess playing back to nature wasn't enough. We still got a 6/5 with lifelink we can throw in front of something if we need to. It hops in front of everything but that scavenging ooze. Is there an ethereal armor in my graveyard? Oh, he just killed it this turn. I've only drawn 8 in auras all game, which means there's like 9, which means there's only 8 or 9, 11 left in the. I mean, that means there's 11 left in the deck. I mean, I imagine he doesn't have anything, but we're gonna check it out because we're drawing all of our bad cards here late. So he's probably just gonna start mushing. I mean, honestly, just tracking with everything and just saying beat it. I mean, at a minute and a half is what he's got to do. Like, he doesn't have that many cards left in his deck. Like, he's close to decking himself. And I don't know what else. Like, is he playing to another, like, Back to Nature? Is he playing to another Rex Sage? Like, alright. Gets +2/+0 in trample. I mean, he can do that a whole bunch of times, but if he attacks with anything else, I can still throw everything in front. I don't think he understands how the Moto clock works. This is not enough to kill me. He's going to run out of time. Everybody can say what they want, but I'm okay with taking a win this way. We 5-0'd because our opponent played slow. So, I'm okay with that. 11, a trophy, a 5, 150 points. So, I mean, we were going to lose that game with everything panned out, but we didn't. So, I'm okay with that. The deck seems really solid. I really like the way the deck's set up. I still don't understand what Hushbringer's for. It feels like someone jammed that card in there because we didn't know what else we wanted to play in the sideboard. Could be wrong. I could be misunderstanding, but I just don't understand what the card's for. I'm not really sure what else the deck could be playing over Hushbringer,